Some of the matters that were discussed but kept secret in the talks between North Korea's Kim Jong-un and Russia's Vladimir Putin during his recent visit to Russia indicate that North Korean troops might be preparing to head to Ukraine to support the Russians in their ongoing war. This aligns with the agreement they signed to cooperate in any future wars. North Korea believes Russia is fighting in Ukraine because it is resisting NATO forces that aim to dismantle Russia or install a pro-Western government, which the Russians oppose. Sending North Korean soldiers to Ukraine is believed to be imminent, with reports suggesting that by next month these troops will be on the battlefield in Ukraine. South Korean intelligence reports reveal that North Korean ground troops, along with various workers including those in construction, are being assembled into large groups to be sent in large numbers to Russian-controlled areas in Ukraine and to the front lines of the war. It is well known that thousands of North Korean soldiers live in China, many of whom work on construction projects. Many of these workers' missions have been altered, and they are now on the list to be sent to Ukraine soon to support the Russians in the war. In addition to being ground soldiers, many have been trained to repair infrastructure and have become highly skilled engineers, a critical knowledge that Russia needs to maintain its front lines against Ukrainian forces. North Koreans are known worldwide for their expertise in this area. This expertise is something Putin intends to utilize in the Ukraine war as part of the comprehensive military cooperation agreement recently signed with Kim Jong-un. This includes North Korea sending large quantities of artillery shells to Russia, which are being used extensively against Ukrainian forces. The Western world is deeply concerned about North Korea's involvement, questioning what Russia might have offered in return. It is believed that Russia must assist North Korea in areas it cannot achieve on its own, such as developing advanced fighter jets, spy satellites, and significantly advancing its nuclear program. Although North Korea already possesses nuclear weapons, there are many aspects they need to update and secure rapidly, including improving transportation and deployment mechanisms. There are many potential areas of cooperation between Russia and North Korea, but the rapid deployment of North Korean troops to Ukraine has particularly surprised the Western world. The governments of Russia and North Korea have refrained from commenting on these reports, but sources suggest that many North Korean soldiers will arrive in Ukraine to support Russia next month. The United States, upon learning of these developments through various reports, warned North Korea that sending their soldiers to Ukraine would be a death sentence, promising that Ukraine would hunt them down one by one. Some see this as an empty threat, arguing that if they haven't eradicated the Russian soldiers, who are the primary combatants, how would they manage to deal with additional North Korean troops? Major General Pat Ryder, a spokesperson for the U.S. Department of Defense, stated that this is something they are closely monitoring and advised North Korean military leaders to reconsider before sending their troops to be slaughtered in a war that violates all laws. Meanwhile, North Korea has committed to standing with Russia in confronting the Western world, even if it means entering an open war. North Korea's military leadership has long expressed that the US does not aim for peace and continues to escalate its support for Ukraine, urging them to use the provided weapons to attack Russia. North Korea views the US as provoking war by continuing military exercises with South Korea and Japan near its borders, and the US has even deployed nuclear-capable aircraft. North Korean Defense Minister Kim Jong-il stated that the continuous deployment of heavy weaponry by the US to the region signals a preparation for war in collaboration with South Korea and Japan. He emphasized that North Korea is not alone and will cooperate with Russia as they did in the past, promising to fight and win again. Recently, Putin also mentioned that since South Korea agreed to produce weapons for Ukraine, Russia might assist North Korea in countering South Korea, potentially leading to the reunification of the two Koreas. As North Korean ground troops and construction experts prepare to head to Ukraine, especially to Russian-controlled areas where significant reconstruction is underway, North Korea is determined to support Russia, even with more resolve than the Russians. Marshal Park Jong-chon, a high-ranking North Korean military leader, questioned why Russia is hesitating to take decisive action against Ukraine, stating that North Korea is ready to support any retaliatory measures Russia might take in response to even the smallest attacks by Ukrainian forces using Western-supplied weapons, whether on land, sea, or air.
iFix Technology Limited. Turacuruza kandi tukabakorera ibikoresho byose bya Apple mu gihe wahura n'ibibazo by'ibikoreshereze yabyo cyangwa se ukundi kwangirika. Mac computer, iPhone cyangwa iPad ni ibikoresho twe dufite mu bunararibonye bw'imyaka myinshi. Waduhamagara kandi kuri 0788442127. iFix Technology Limited. We are Apple devices experts.
Waba wifuza sale nziza yo gukorera mu bukwe, inama cyangwa ibindi birori bitandukanye? Gana Inzozi Park. Ese waba wifuza ahantu wasohokera ukishimana n'abawe? Muri Inzozi Park Bar Restaurant tubakirana ubwuzu. Muri Inzozi Park kandi tubafite n'izindi service zitandukanye nka decoration, sonorisation, kandi tunategurira amafunguro abahakoreye ubukwe, inama ndetse n'ibindi birori bitandukanye. Tunatanga service ya food catering ahariho hose. Izo service zose tuzibaha ku biciro byiza utasanga handi. Inzozi Park dukorera igahanga kuri kaburimbo hafi ya Station Mereza. Inzozi Park. Duhamagare cyangwa utwohereze WhatsApp kuri 0788
nari narivurije ahantu henshi cyane ariko byari byaranze. Nyuma kubw'amahirwe nza kugana ivuriro Everlife. Bampaye imiti ndakira neza, ubu nta kibazo mfite. Nari ndwaye prostate n'ibindi.
Mwabyiyumviye ni ivuriro Everlife rikorera Nyabugogo ku mashyirahamwe rimaze kuba ubukombe mu Rwanda no hanze yarwo mu kuvura indwara bakoresheje imiti y'ibimera kandi itunganyijwe neza mu buryo bw'ibinini, poudre cyangwa liquide. Hari abadogiteri batandukanye bagufasha kandi cyiza nuko aho waba uherereye hose ku isi imiti yakugeraho, cyane ko bakorana na DHL. Mu ndwara bavura twavugamo nk'iz'imyororokere zose, kurangiza vuba no kubura ubushake, indwara zifata abadamu zose, igwingira ry'igitsina, indwara nk'umwijima, diabete, amara, igifu, asima. Abifuza kuva ku biyobyabwenge nabo barabafasha. Ku bindi bisobanuro wahamagara cyangwa ukandikira muganga kuri Everlife, icyizere cy'ubuzima.